keep in mind, this is extremely hard to film on both cameras because YouTube has to be so much further back because of the landscape, and then TikTok can be anywhere. So I'm gonna try and stay, but like this one is more, YouTube is more important if it shows the floor because of my feet, but I'll try and sit down while I explain everything to make it easier. All right, the first one is Capezio, which I think is what my very first Pointe shoes were that are framed in my office. I think they're actually this pair too, which we never did figure out what these are. This is back when it was called Ballet Makers, and I colored this pair red for a photo shoot. These are so dead and squashed, it's not even funny. Some of my shoes really are in that box. So we'll put them on. I may not be able to stand in some of these because of how old they are or how dead they are. So don't judge that, because the older they are, the worse they're gonna be. I don't even know which foot is which on these, to be honest. I have no idea. This will be interesting. And I am not tying all of these. Ooh. Wow, those look interesting. Okay. Gosh, I can barely get my feet in these anymore. Ugh. These are probably from when I was in middle school, just saying. All right, so YouTube, you're only gonna be able to see my feet a little bit. Sorry, that's how you, oh wow, that's gonna hurt to go up on. This is why we have the bar, because I can't even stand in that one. That one hurts a lot. So yeah, these are not, no. These are pretty dead. They're very squishy and small. All right, this may be a disaster trying to film on both at the same time, but I wanted to try because this is a lot to do multiple times. Yeah, so that's my original pair of Capezios. I didn't go back to those for a long time. I have one other pair that's an earlier pair, and I don't remember what these are. They don't make them anymore. It's definitely an old style Capezio. I don't know if you can see that. They didn't feel bad, but they didn't feel great, so I don't remember what shoe is on which one of these either, so. Gosh, these are tight too. Needless to say, none of these were shoes I really wore much. Can't even get these on my feet anymore. Okay. I don't know what model these are. Ooh. Like I can at least stand in them, but they're not comfortable at all. And they definitely feel very squishy too. So we're not going with that. All right, and I decided my YouTube camera would be a lot better if I just switched to a wider lens, so we're gonna pause for a second. Now you guys can see me much better. This is just a super wide lens of YouTube. So those were the first two Capezio shoes, not great. Again, I don't know the models of either of these, so they are old. This one was Ballet Makers. These are just really old Capezios, that's all I know. All right. So now we will get into ones I have actually worn to dance in. I think there's only two models here, just different sizes. Because the ones I wore the most were the Avas, but I did try the Kylies for a little bit. These Avas? The hard part is they don't all say them on the bottom, and that throws me off. Okay, these are definitely the Kylies. I think the rest of these are all Avas. Some are very dead, like this pair is very dead. Yeah, it's very weird. I wore different sizes too, so I'm really not sure why I have this extra pair, unless these were a different shoe, which is, oh, these were. Shoot, guys, it's been a while. I don't remember the name of these shoes either. Let me see. I hate that they don't put them on the bottoms of them and stuff. These were a different style. I'll put those on first because that's what I tried before I wore the Avas. Gosh, I'm really bad at this. My old videos will probably have all the names because that's when I knew all the names of them all. Oh, yeah, I never really wore these much because they're way too tapered for my feet. I don't even know if I can get my foot in this shoe. Okay. It was like right when they rebranded. I still can't really get over these. So these still, no, that's just enough. Okay, anyway, back to, sorry guys, back to the ones I actually wore. I'll have to figure out what those names of those are. So let's do the Kylies first. Oh, this is so 0 is the Kylie's. Okay. So these, that's my right shoe. These a friend of mine told me to try because the Avas, I loved them and they looked good on my feet, but they caused me to get really bad broken toenails. So this was a different test just to see. Okay, I can't even get my foot inside these anymore, which is weird because these are not that old. But these are the Kylie's. So not bad. Honestly, I can't get that right one over my heel. I think my feet are swollen today. But they just look a little boxy on my toes. The Avas at least looked really good and I felt balanced in them. But I just knew that these really just weren't the shoe for me. So, let's see here. These are all dead Avas. So I have 2 pairs of dead Avas and then I have this pair that's not. But my broken toenails were getting so bad that I just couldn't wear them anymore. I'm like breaking out in a sweat just doing this. I can't get these shoes on my feet anymore. Okay. Now these I know don't look bad. It's literally just the broken toenail issue. I'm a little more over these than I used to be. So they do kind of, like you can see, especially on that foot, how they bend. They kind of knuckle. They don't look as good as I used to think they did, which that happens. My feet have changed. My body's changed. They still have a really high vamp, but a lot of it is, I'm looking in the mirror, so sorry, but a lot of it's just like, that's what I needed before when my feet weren't as strong and when they weren't as flexible, because I needed more support. Whereas now, like, I can wear Freeds, which are super soft. I didn't used to be able to wear those. So it's just very interesting how feet change over time. All right, so this is it for Capezio. These are my lovely Avas. That's the only pair of Capezios that worked for me. So this is Capezio. And now we'll do another brand next and I'll just keep going. They'll all be in separate videos because that's just easier.